those of you who I haven't had the privilege to meet, I'm Jeremy Dillon. I'm the current PSSA president and manager of outreach and orientation. I'm really grateful to be able to speak today. I'm thankful to Danielle for giving me the opportunity, and I'm really happy to be able to connect with you all. Most of my life, I thought of gratitude as expressing something that some others needed to hear. You should be thankful so others knew that you were thankful for things that they had done for you. And only up until just a few years ago, I've learned that it's becoming a hallmark of something I want to do for myself, that I must do for myself, that I do every morning on the way to work, while at work, at night, before I go to bed. It's truly becoming an individual exercise. So to be able to speak about gratefulness and thankfulness, I love it. Gratitude and thankfulness. I like that better. So personally, my faith has informed my outlook on life and my yearning to be positive and loving in thoughts and words. And we can definitely talk about later. If you know me, I'd love to talk about that later with you privately, individually. But I want to share a scientific approach to the same topic for everyone today. So we're going to start with a short 3-minute video, and then we're going to talk about it on the next side.
You know that simply being grateful can have physical and psychological benefits? Just acknowledging and recognizing the goodness in life can make us live much more healthy lives. So let's explore. Gratitude is the act of acknowledging something good that we've received and acknowledging the source of that goodness. We can express gratitude for people, for experiences, for a nice cozy bed, or an autographed photo of Kobe Bryant. People who regularly practice grateful thinking feel better about their lives as a whole. So what happens in the brain when we think grateful thoughts? During moments of gratitude, the brain receives a hit from the chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is the brain's reward system. It's released when we engage in pleasurable or thrilling activities like roller skating, enjoying a hug from a really good friend, or admiring an autographed photo of Kobe Bryant. Gratitude also stimulates a region of the brain called the hypothalamus. This is the part of our brain that's responsible for our bodily functions like eating, sleeping, and drinking. But it also has a big impact on stress levels. Researchers have actually determined that gratitude makes this region of the brain function better. Ever had a hard time falling asleep? Try thinking some grateful thoughts before you go to bed. Research has also taught us that gratitude has other amazing benefits like increased resilience, lower blood pressure, more energy, and overall, people that are grateful just have happier lives. Actually, one more thing. Gratitude is easy when things are good, but the truth is, life is not good all the time for everyone. Well, this is where we have to show sensitivity and empathy. And by doing so, we can cultivate an attitude of gratitude. First, we can express gratitude for someone's resilience in pushing through a tough time and showing grit to make it through. And then, when the time is right, we can help them identify what it is that helped them push through that time and cultivate their appreciation for that resource. We can always express gratitude for things that don't cost, like a sunrise and a sunset, or a beautiful butterfly, or just being appreciative of the fresh air that we get to breathe every day. So even in tough times, practicing gratitude can improve your brain by increasing the right amount of dopamine to improve your overall well-being. So here's the deal. If you want to live a happy life, if you want to live your best life, because you only live once, it's time to practice an attitude of gratitude.
I think she did an amazing job. There are a lot of videos that will discuss the scientific approach to thinking about gratitude and thankfulness. But I picked this one because she spoke about when life isn't easy and how to have an attitude of gratitude towards someone's resilience when they're going through a really difficult time in life, to be sensitive towards that. And I really love that point because it's super important. Let's ourselves think about past challenging times in our own lives, because this can be the source of the best gratitude that we can provide for ourselves and to others. And I know this can be a hard thing for some or for a lot of us. And it can feel like if you're trying to pull gratitude out of your past experiences, it's like pulling, I'm trying to get a bucket of water out of an empty well. It's like I just don't know how my past experiences would ever really bring me gratitude. And I get that. I get that. For a lot of my life, that's how I thought. And I think that there's a way that we can push through some of that. And so what we can do is think about some of the things that drive those negative emotions. Think about them. We all have them. Even I still have them, and I know that I should think through them and work through them, but I still have them in my life. It's things in our past. It might be fears about our future. It can be struggles in our present. It can be things that we can't change, life regrets, things we can change if we had an extra 4 hours in the day. For me, it might be things I could change if all vegetables taste like bacon, right? So it can be a big list, it can be serious list, it can be trivial, but there are a lot of things in our life that could drive some negative thoughts for us. And I think it's good for us to try to think about those right now. And that's something that we can work through. So I know you're probably asking, well, gosh, Jeremy, how is this a thankfulness session? You're asking me to think about some of the things that drive negative thoughts in my own life. And yes, I think that this is important, because if you're thinking about those things right now, this is why I want you to know this. This is a thankfulness session, because nothing on that list is stopping you from standing right here, or sitting right here. Nothing on that list is stopping you from making the choice to choose thankfulness and gratitude over cynicism and negativity. Nothing on that list is stopping you from yearning to improve. And I like yearning to improve because you can't get to a mountain without starting in a valley. So the yearning to improve, just that upward focus, right? That nothing in your past can stop your upward focus. And also, the most important thing, nothing in your past can stop you from making an impact on someone's life today. That is why I'm so thankful that there is nothing in your past or your present that can prevent you to stop making an impact on someone's life today. So any of those things that you're thinking about that can drive negative emotions, know that they cannot stop your yearning to improve and how you can make an impact on someone's life. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for that in my life, and I'm thankful that you all have past experiences that allow you to truly connect with people and make an impact on people's lives. So let's listen to a quick happiness experiment, and then we're going to talk a little bit about how we're able to connect with each other and encourage each other on the back end. It's a short 2 videos.
Shut up.
What? Wait.
Oh, he's going to be so embarrassed.
What makes you happy? Having fun? Hanging out with friends? Delicious food? Making money? Well, consider this. Psychologists have scientifically proven that one of the greatest contributing factors to overall happiness in your life is how much gratitude you show. Yeah? Think about that. Go ahead and marinate on it for a second. You can thank me later if you want. It'll make you feel better according to this study. You go ahead and click on it and read it if you want. Or you can keep watching because we read it and we thought it might be fun to test out for ourselves. We gathered a selection of volunteers to act as our subjects. First, we gave them a test. They didn't know what we were looking for, but it gave us a pretty good idea of their current level of happiness. We asked them to close their eyes and think of somebody who was really influential in their life, somebody who did something really amazing or important for them. We had them write down as much as they could about why this person was so important. Now, a lot of them thought at this point the experiment was over, until we really put them on the spot and tried to get them to call that person and read what they wrote about them. Thank you, Jessica. We're going to have you call your mother. So who is that right person for you?
Person is my sister, Erica.
We're going to give Erica a call.
Okay.
Who'd you end up picking?
Friend of mine, Craig Ains.
Her name is Dora.
My college accounting instructor.
Really? Is this somebody you're still in touch with today?
No, I'm assuming that he's passed on.
That's a
to
shame.
the great beyond.
You up for it?
Yes.
What would you say if we called up Dora?
Oh, well, we can try, but she lives in Britain.
In Britain?
I don't know a number by heart, dude. This is awful.
That's fine. I don't know my mom's number by heart.
If it's true that those who are going on are looking down on us, maybe he read my chicken scratch.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
You got a second? Where you at, in the hotel?
I am. I'm in the hotel. You scared me when you asked if I had a second if something's wrong.
No, I'm on like this little TV show, and they told me to talk about the person that influenced me the most, and I picked you, and they're making me call. They're making me call you.
Oh, wonderful!
Hi, you've reached Craig. I'm not here right now.
At the tone, please record your message.
Oh, come on.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, so that was the first part of the video. Just for the sake of time, we're actually going to cut through the moments where they call and read the letters and leave voicemails for those that don't answer. We're gonna cut through that part. Now we're gonna leave the link for you so you can watch the whole video and get that experience. Just for the sake of time, we're gonna go to the back end of the experiment. Thanks a lot.
Before we let them go, we gave our subjects one more happiness test. Now, we mixed up and rephrased the questions so they didn't know they were taking the same test twice. For those who took the time to actually write something down but couldn't make the phone call for whatever reason, we saw happiness increase between 2 and 4%. Good, but not exactly mind-blowing. Now, for those who actually picked up the phone and personally expressed their gratitude, we saw increases between 4 and 19%. So either way, expressing your gratitude will make you a happier person. But you want to know something really interesting? The person who experienced the biggest jump in happiness was the least happy person who walked in the door. What does that mean? That means if you're having a particularly tough time, trying this out will more likely have a greater impact on you. Trust me. I'm in a lab coat.
So that was a really cool video and a really cool experiment. And I just want to let you know, this experiment has been repeated in so many ways, over and over, and it's true again and again and again, that expressing external gratitude to others makes us internally happier. So why don't we do this more often? We'll list a few reasons, I think. Sometimes we don't think we're the right person to do it. We maybe don't think we're good enough to express gratitude to people that we might have wronged or let down, or not have been as appreciative as we should have been in the past, or maybe we just feel we don't know them well enough to be gracious and have gratitude and thankfulness to them. Other times we don't think our words carry the weight that they actually do, maybe because of our past. Most of the time, it's those things in our past and those struggles of our present that weigh on us so much that we don't have much internal gratitude ourselves to flow out to others. And this is something that I grapple with all the time in my life, because I know that I'm at my worst externally when I'm drained internally. And I just think about any time I'm traveling, I am usually very receptive to eating all types of food. I'm sure you can imagine, right? long flight, after getting through customs, I do not want to have to figure out something good. I want something reliable, something consistent. And so I love to travel, but I am the definite Western. Find me at KFC, McDonald's, Popeyes, even if we're in Bangladesh. That's what I need right now. And then we'll try to be cultural and figure out all the other stuff later. And I can be pretty persistent about this. And I realized that I don't really want that food any more than I would want to take my time and learn something and, and translate the menu and get something local. But I'm drained so much that I don't even have the patience to consider it and experience it. And I don't have the patience to be patient. I don't have the energy to. And I think that a lot of us experience that. When we're drained internally, when we're internally negative, we don't flow out thankfulness. And so from what we've learned in this experience, it's when we flow out thankfulness that we actually flow in internal happiness. And so if we don't have happiness enough to flow out thankfulness, then we don't get the happiness that we can get by showing gratitude and giving thanks to people. And that's kind of a vicious cycle where we're missing out on a source of happiness when we're at our worst and we need it the most. And that's what we saw in the biggest jump in happiness was from the person that needed it the most. So we have to find a way to jumpstart the internal gratitude side of our happiness. And that's where I think we have to talk about brokenness. And brokenness is something we all have. And it's a feeling that we lack or are less than suited to be happy and whole, regardless of external circumstances. We all have this. It can be caused by any of those things that we thought about in the beginning that drive negative emotions, struggles in our past, things we can't change, things that we're worried about, things we did in our past, things that we're worried about in our future. These are things that can cause brokenness, and all of us have it. All of us have it. And I recently had a revelation about brokenness. I went with my friend to help him pick out an engagement. It's engagement ring shopping. And we're in this store, and look, y'all, everything's expensive. Everything. He works in healthcare. I'm just like, what? Everything's expensive. And then I thought a little bit later after we left that every single thing in that store is broken. Every single thing in that store is broken. It's either heated with intense temperature and huge amounts of pressure. It's bent out of its original shape with temperature and pressure. It's molded and remolded and put into a new temperature in order to temper and get hard again. It's driven to the extremes of heat, then driven to the extremes of cold. And I'm just talking about the gold bands, and that was not the most expensive part of it, right? Let's talk about the actual diamond he was looking at. Because the diamond was actually always a diamond. When they got it out of the ground, it was a hunk of just unmolded diamond. Not that clear, but just it was diamond. It was always valuable. But what they had to do is they had to chip away at it. They had to cut away at some of the excess bits of the diamond in order to make it shine brighter. They had to shape it and cut away at it and chip away in order for it to fit in unison with other pieces in order to make a complete set of rings and jewelry, pendants, necklaces, anything of value. And so what I got a revelation of our own brokenness is those things that we think we went through. It cost us time and money and experiences and the what ifs, and I didn't get a chance to do that, and I lost out on this, and I'm not able to do this right now, and I'm stuck doing this. Those things are actually the struggles of our lives that allow us to be positioned to shine brightest to the people positioned in our lives right now. All of us are perfectly where we need to be to encourage and be thankful and have gratitude to the people around us. And all of those things that may cause our brokenness will really just bending and shaping and molding us to be set perfectly in position to shine to those around us. That's my revelation on our brokenness and the things that we carry that drive those negative emotions. I want you to start thinking about them as the opportunities to be positioned to encourage someone uniquely that experiencing some of the same things you experience. You're just at the same position that you're at. Only you are going to be able to thank and be appreciative of some of the people that you come into contact with and the situations and scenarios that you do. So take advantage of it. And I really feel that you can encourage people in such a way that you're going to shine so bright through any of the hardships that you've gone through in life and the struggles that you might be carrying right now. So thankfulness is not an exercise in everything going well. It's an exercise in understanding that you're exactly where you need to be to encourage someone else. So right now, I want you to do this. Please, please, please do this. I'm trusting you're going to do it. Please take out your phone and text a word of encouragement, gratitude, or appreciation to 3 people in your contacts who come across your heart right now. Because like I said, you are in the perfect position to bless them with gratitude. All of your past experiences have led to you to be in the place in their lives to appreciate and honor them. So I'm going to do it right now, and I want you to do it as well. Let's all do it together. Thanks so much.